Hello, beautiful listeners. Welcome back to another reading. In this reading, we will uncover the truth behind the intense feelings you've been feeling about this masculine. You may think you're experiencing these strong feelings and this pull and attraction all alone, but this card reading says otherwise. Let's get started. We are going to ask the universe how both parties are feeling for one another with the divine masculine. And I am getting a very clear message that this masculine has no idea how to come forward and has not got a clear idea or plan. And they are spending time going inwards because I have the Hermit card and the Emperor card together. So this masculine is feeling a lot of passion towards you and having a relationship with you, but they have not found a clear step forward. They have not yet found the right way into your heart, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so we know the back of the deck is claiming there is a lot of passion coming your way from this masculine. I'm very drawn to this King of Wands card because it's a very sexual card and sensual. And the figure in this card has a face on it that reminds me of someone being very attracted and attentive towards someone. There might be spying going on. There might be stalking of social media. There might be astral travel, intentional astral travel. All right, let's get started into the thoughts and feelings. So we have the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles. That is a very grounded energy. And that is the first card for thoughts. So what Spirit's telling me is that your divine masculine is very much in their thoughts about how to come into this connection in a more grounded and stable way, where they can actually offer something of substance and something that is solid. However, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So Spirit's saying that this divine masculine feels that they do not yet have what it takes or what they feel the divine feminine, you, the person I am reading for, needs. And Spirit's saying that this is just an illusion that they are listening to. And this is a lie that they tell themselves in order to keep themselves stuck and to have an excuse not to come forward. The Ten of Wands is the clarifier for this card. And the Ten of Wands is all about emotional baggage and feeling like you have a long journey ahead with so much on your shoulders. But the way that this person in this card is holding the wands, they actually have a way better grip on these wands than they think they do. It's their own perception and deception in their mind that is keeping them stuck and keeping them from moving forward. Now, we have a major arcana card here, and that is the Judgment card. Whenever I see the Judgment card, it reminds me of going forward with your life purpose, answering the calling. It is lovely that this is upright. This means that this masculine is learning to listen to the call of their life purpose. I would really like to dive deeper in this Judgment card. Spirit, can I get a clarifier for the Judgment card, please? We have the Hanged Man, but it's in reverse. So Spirit's saying that there are some moments of clarity and downloads, spiritual downloads coming in for this masculine, but they aren't taking the time to really hone in and listen to their intuition. I'm hearing that they will only listen to the things that they want to hear. And that is something that can happen, especially in the twin flame journey, because your twin flame will always mirror to you the deepest insecurities and the places that are really painful to look at. So Spirit's saying this is a block that is being mirrored to both you and your counterpart. There is somewhere in your divine masculine's life that as soon as they get close to looking at it, they decide to put the blinders on. Spirit's showing me a visual of someone putting their sunglasses on and deciding not to look at it. That's very interesting. Now, let's get into the feelings of this masculine. So when we have major arcanas, that is something that is definite. This energy is not going to change. It's kind of like divine intervention. My new back of the deck is the Death card, which means that these major arcanas are going to happen for this masculine, whether they like it or not. And it's really up to them to surrender and come to peace with it. For feelings, we have 10 of Swords. This masculine is not feeling very much hope, not for the connection, but for their part in the connection. They feel like the universe has given them the wrong cards, and that they could not possibly be someone that is tasked with the privilege of teaching others and helping others on their spiritual journey. And they feel this way because they feel they are just guessing with their own spiritual journey. So Spirit says that they are needing to get in more touch with their intuition. They are feeling that desire and that passion, but they aren't really feeling the green light, or it's like they are dipping their toe in the water, but they aren't feeling that push or that nudge or that bravery and courage to go full into the water, Spirit's saying. I'd like to get another clarifier. We have the Six of Swords and the Devil in reverse. Your person knows that there is something they are needing to let go of so that they can come into calmer waters, so they can come into a different way of life, but they are still holding on to some limiting beliefs, patterns, or addictions. And although they are moving in the direction of releasing these limiting beliefs and patterns and conditionings, what I'm really drawn to in this card is that the Devil has a long snake in its hand, but in this card it looks like the snake is part of this devil, and the devil represents your person, your masculine. The snake is actually their tail, and it's intertwined in their stomach, and it comes out of the stomach. So what Spirit's saying is that for some masculines, this behavior, pattern, addiction, or conditioning that the masculine is struggling to let go of, this is very much interwoven into their lives and into their being. Spirit's saying that it's safe to have compassion because this is a long road, and your masculine knows that this is a long road. And right now, even though they know that this is something that they need to do, they are feeling a lack of courage and perseverance right now. Even though it's weird because I'm getting that they are feeling that courage and that perseverance and that drive to make a change. But I really keep seeing someone dipping their toe in the water and just leaving their toe in the water, but not going any further. And the Death card is very definite. The Death energy in the tarot cards means that this is something that is divinely happening. There's no going back. It's because of the choices that you have made. And these are core choices that this death, this ending of a cycle, this ending of a way of life, this ending of a relationship, whatever it may be, this is going to happen. And what Spirit's saying is that your person is learning it the hard way, and they are dragging their feet, but this is going to happen because if you're in the twin flame connection and you are choosing to heal your union and you are choosing to come into harmonious twin flame union and be your best version, they too are choosing that at the core. But how that manifests in one life, that is always a different story. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the World. So this masculine, I'm hearing this masculine does not feel they have the guts and grit to take on this journey, this task. And this is directly related to whatever they're trying to release in their life, whatever they know is time to let go of. They feel they do not have the grit or the guts to do it, because I'm really drawn to this picture of the World. It's of a woman and she's holding 2 wands, but her eyes are very dark. She has a lot of dark circles under her eyes and she looks very sad. And what Spirit's saying is that the masculine does not believe that they have it in their emotional health, in their mental health, to make it out alive. But this is a lie, and they are stronger than they think they are. Spirit's kind of laughing and saying, you know, they can drag their feet and choose this path, or they can continue to get contrast. The choice is up to them. It's very clear that this masculine I'm pulling for, they really want to come forward and be your divine counterpart. They're just working through their own inner blocks. And if you were doing the inner work with the mirror exercise, you know that eventually you will meet up in the middle, and that is beautiful. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided and unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yes, this masculine is in the process of releasing things that no longer serve him. So this masculine is in the process of a huge, I heard soul awakening, dark night of the soul. And I can really feel that energy in this card, because it's 3 women and one of them is in a surrender state, but the other 2 are resisting, and they're kind of in a dramatic, it's the end of the world energy. And through this reading, I'm feeling that a lot of these masculines really feel that they don't have this courage and determination that is needed, that the universe is asking them to have. It's like they go one step forward and then it's almost like they are in pre-contemplation. They are not quite in the action stage, but they are heavily contemplating it, planning and reflecting on how that would make their life look. And then we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Spirit is saying, no worries, your person is guided and is being heavily protected by many angels, ascended masters, and of course God. And remember, God does not have to be the religious God. It could be all that is the universe, their creator, whatever you want to call it. Yes, so we have sunglasses and abundance and Cupid's arrow. This is coming out as advice. The first advice is to have faith that even though your person may be going through a hard cycle right now, love is coming for you. You won't miss the boat. And then we have sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. As I said in the beginning of the reading, some masculines are very much keeping an eye and keeping tabs on you, maybe stalking social media or trying to find social media. But also, I'm very drawn to the word focusing out. This is because they are being shown things by spirit that they don't want to see. And this comes back to that block that we spoke about. And then we have abundance. Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude, bliss. This is advice, but it's also the energy that your masculine, this person that you're feeling such a draw and attraction to, they are not feeling this. They're feeling quite the lack mindset, and they're not having a very good time at keeping a positive mindset. And they do see you as this Queen of Pentacles, Empress energy. And I've been reading tarot for a long time, and whenever I see someone have feelings for someone and it comes out in the Empress or the Queen of Pentacles, it is like the cream of the crop. It's the ideal partner. And I feel called to say that this masculine feels that you are out of reach and you are too good to be true. And it's because of what they're handling in their life right now. But Spirit says that they will get over that within time. So now we will go on to the feminine and her thoughts and feelings. How is this attraction and pull affecting her? What does she have to say? First, we will do thoughts. The feminine is mirroring this energy of the feeling in her thoughts. And what's interesting is the Seven of Wands is upright and the Queen of Pentacles is upright. But we do have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The first thing I feel called to say is they are mirroring that energy of not right now, it not working right now. So the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles is telling me that the Divine Feminine is made that decision to stabilize within herself and to persevere on her journey, because she knows what she wants and she knows that she will not settle. And this attraction and pull is too strong to ever walk away from. So if there's masculines listening, reassure you that your Divine Feminine isn't going anywhere, but she might be taking respite and she might be being quiet, and that is because we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and that is clarified with the Five of Cups. And what Spirit's telling me is that she's very aware of her own blocks, and she is deciding to take responsibility for her part of the garden. She's realizing that there is things in her life that she needs to tend to, and she's being called to focus on other things. And one of the things that I think she's mainly called to focus on is her home life, her finances, her abundance, her relationships outside of the union. And that's okay. This might not have always been the energy that the Divine Feminine has come in this relationship, but she has had an epiphany that if she wants this relationship with this person, she needs to pull her own weeds. She needs to pull her own weeds in her garden. The feelings and the thoughts for the Divine Feminine are quite similar. That is interesting because the Divine Masculine, his thoughts and feelings were similar in some aspects, but the feelings were a lot more negative than the thoughts. So that shows growth, but it also shows that the Divine Masculine is stuck in an energy cycle of bad feelings. The Divine Feminine's thoughts are very straightforward. She's focused on her finances, on her abundance, and she's really starting to learn her worth and honoring herself. And I'm really loving the fact that the way that her leg is posed is she is very aware of her fragile femininity and she sees that, you know, she deserves to be treated with respect and honor, and she sees herself properly when it comes to the divine masculine. She is meant to be treated like a delicate flower, and the divine masculine, the masculine in a twin flame connection, is their natural state is to give, and the divine feminine's natural state is to receive. And for this collective, this feminine is very much in her receiving state. She is not overgiving, she is not overextending, but yet she is very much working on her own side of the garden, and she has decided to persevere. The Emperor. So the divine feminine and feelings, we have Sun in reverse. So this feminine has recently come into clarity and epiphany that she has emotions that have been blocked, and she needs to dive deeper into herself so that she can bring herself that fulfillment. But I'm also picking up a message that the divine feminine has realized that she is the feminine, and she is supposed to receive and not overtake the masculine energy and be in this productive practicality energy. She's learning that she doesn't feel safe when she steps into masculine energy, and she has decided to take a step back and to dive into her own emotions. This is a very beautiful card. The Queen of Cups is a mermaid. She is looking at her own cup, which shows me that this divine feminine is choosing to go inward and focus on her own inner healing. I feel a very much of a, I'm going to take responsibility for how I show up in my relationships. There has been a new dawn of clarity and awakening for the feminine, that she too is not perfect, and she cannot keep pointing the finger and blaming others, especially her masculine, because they choose as one and they have the same consciousness. By the way, I very strongly am getting that this is a twin flame connection. So if you have been suspecting that you are in a twin flame connection, this is like your clarification. Now we have Justice in reverse, and it's clarified by the Emperor. Again, this is clarifying that the divine feminine has realized that she too has been in her ego, and she hasn't been looking at her own side of the garden, and it is time to do so because she does not wish to stay stuck. And what's interesting is this Justice card, she has her eyes closed, but what's really neat is that the Crown has a third eye. So she's realizing by all these downloads coming from her higher self and the universe that, hey, like, you have these blocks coming up, and instead of looking over the side of the fence at what this masculine is doing and how they are feeling about this pull and attraction, it's time to dive inward and figure out what this means to you. What's beautiful is we have for feelings the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Three of Swords. So this divine feminine is very aware that she wants this connection, and she wants to collab and work with this masculine, and she's not giving up. She's very determined, and she's definitely got her spark back, and she's choosing to do that by healing her wounds, her inner child wounds, her own conditionings and limiting beliefs. And that is just so beautiful. She knows that this is going to be a process, and she's allowing it to be a process. This is not a divine feminine that is in a rush to get into union, because she knows that she's not calling in just any old relationship. She's calling in her twin flame union. How else is this feminine feeling? I'm going to pull some oracle cards. We have the Golden Mirror. The feminine is really realizing that her masculine is always mirroring her and is always showing up in the same way that she's showing up for herself, one way or another. And she's realizing that this is not a one-sided relationship. There is no room for blaming. And then we have Girl with a Snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable and boundaries. So this is just another shout out to the feminine kind of getting caught up in an ego cycle and listening to her fears instead of her intuition. And what's really coming to the surface for me is being charmed or used. And what that's saying is that the feminine is being clouded and not seeing things clearly because of her own wounds in past relationships. That can be, oh no, I'm definitely getting from past romantic relationships. Spirit's saying to have high boundaries with your own thoughts and feelings, and remember that if it feels good, that's coming from spirit, that's coming from your heart. If it feels bad, that's either saying there's something to look at because it's not aligned with love, or it's ego. P.S. Ego is not real. It is only a mind concept. And then we have Healing Heart. This is just a nod that the Divine Feminine is stepping out of that energy, and she's deciding to free herself from her own shackles. We have 16, I am perceptive. Oh, we have 3. 30, I am imaginative. And 12, I am a visionary. These cards are all talking about how the Divine Feminine is learning to have a different perception and to put rose-colored glasses on when it does come to this connection, and the fact that she creates her own reality, and what she feels is happening and what she focuses her energy on is what is going to end up manifesting, because she's learning that there is no blaming, there is no pointing the finger, that she is one with her twin flame. And we have 111. Angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. Yeah, see, that is just confirmation that the Divine Feminine is really learning that she creates her reality and she needs to be the change that she wishes to see. And there is a warning for everyone listening that your thoughts create your reality if you perseverate and you focus your energy on it long enough. But again, thoughts and feelings, they can't hurt you. It's just if you focus all your energy on something, it's bound to happen, because energy is very powerful, and so are your thoughts. They're like spells. So if you have like a thought here and there, like no worries, that's not what Spirit's saying. But if it's something that you think about, you can manifest something happening, especially when it comes to your twin flame connection, because they pick up on that. They're very much in tune with your thoughts and feelings. And we will get one more. How's the Divine Feminine feeling about this attraction and pull? We have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held, and the great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. This is advice for the collective. And if any masculines are listening in about their feminine, because that is something that is happening more. So the advice is to take everything with a grain of salt and take nothing personal. Both parties are retreating and they are focusing on their own cup. And Spirit says it's all coming together. There's nothing to worry about. All is well. And what I'm really drawn to about this card is that there's many individuals, but they're very much focused inward and in a meditative state. So this is not a time for great movement in the connection of the collective that I am picking up on. This is a time for going inward and great healing. Okay, so the connecting energies are quite interesting, and they are definitely confirming the fact that both parties are in retreat mode. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Four Swords in reverse, and the Four of Wands in reverse. And the back of the deck energy is the Tower. And so I believe that Spirit's saying that at this time, the twin collective is in upheaval, and there's a lot of divine interventions happening in these unions, and it is imperative and suggested that the twins just sit back and allow the downloads and the healing to happen and to not resist it. There is a restoring of balance happening in these connections, and I think that the mirroring connecting energies, the twin flame collective that I'm picking up, they know that, and they know that like there is some deep blocks and things that they need to work through before they can come forward and connect and communicate with each other. And Spirit's saying this is how it's designed. Don't act out of impulse because you are missing your twin flame, missing your person. This is something that is needed, and if you feel like communicating, then that's okay, but just make sure it's coming from a place of divine love and non-attachment, because I keep seeing, and this is something that I've seen quite a few times this week, is like a under construction sign in my third eye. And yeah, like both counterparts feel that they are incomplete. Like I keep seeing like a road that got holes in it, and it's like it's missing pieces of the road, but it's also under construction. And that is the energy of the unions that I am picking up on in this reading. So Spirit is really suggesting to just keep going inward and allow the upheaval and the crumbling of the conditions and old limiting beliefs. Just allow the new energy to come in. Don't force it in. Okay guys, that ended up being quite the long reading, but Spirit had a lot to say. So if you are having any trouble with your twin flame union and you feel that you need to claim more support, we have lots of ascension coaches that know how to read tarot, and they read from a perspective of unity. It's always about believing that you are one with your twin flame. So I encourage you, come grab a reading. Okay guys, that's it for today. Bye.